If you have short toes and are experiencing some symptoms of this deformity... Wait guys, a patient is calling. Hi, this is Helen for Luxe Foot Surgery. How are you?
Hey girl, I'm fine. I'm just calling to see if you remember about that bunions video you sent me. Yes, it really helped me. Do you have a toe lengthening video by any chance?
Oh, actually I do. I'll send it to you in 5 minutes. Toe lengthening surgery is a simple outpatient procedure. You will be home the same day after surgery. Now let's go over our 3 types of procedures. Brachymetatarsia external fixator lengthening. Now this is a popular procedure that can allow any amount of lengthening that the patient may need. The surgeon makes a small but precise incision on the metatarsal bone in a way that will preserve blood flow completely. Then, the small external fixator is attached to the segments of the metatarsal, which is used to stretch the bone over time. The patient will have to turn the device per the surgeon's request. Now this will help the bone and the surrounding tissue to stretch. Once the desired length is achieved and the bone is healed, the fixator is removed. Now let's talk about the bone graft lengthening. As the name suggests, this technique involves using a graft, which usually comes from the patient's heel bone. This graft is then used into the short metatarsal bone. Still, there is a limit to this procedure. It can only be used if the surgeon needs less than 1 centimeter of lengthening, and when it's only 1 short toe and 1 metatarsal bone to lengthen. Of course, this graft needs to be stabilized by metal screws and plates that will be inserted in your foot. And lastly, the 3rd technique is the sliding bone cut lengthening. This technique is the least common out of the 3 because it allows for minimal changes in the toe length. That's why it's only used in mild cases. When a small change is what's needed. The surgeon makes an angulated incision on the metatarsal bone, and the sliding of the bones allows for lengthening. Now, what are the benefits of the procedure? Actually, let me show you. In addition to excellent results and the appearance of the feet that you've always wanted, the benefits of this surgery includes better balance, weight bearing, minimal risk, and quick recovery. The procedure is quick. It usually takes about 60 minutes. You don't feel any pain while the surgeon does their job. And the techniques used to get you a longer toe are simple with little to no complications. What are the symptoms of a short toe? Now let's go that way. Now, the most common issues of this deformity is pain when walking, standing, or performing other activities. The reason for this lies in the fact that the balance and weight bearing are affected, especially if the short toe doesn't even touch the ground. When the toe is elevated, wearing certain shoes can be an issue. The toe is facing upwards, which means that it's rubbing against the shoe. This pressure and friction can over time cause corns and calluses, which are a problem of their own. Another important aspect of having a short toe isn't medical, but its significance shouldn't be overlooked. While appearance surely isn't as important as medical symptoms, it surely is a problem for those who have short toes. This deformity is often a source of discomfort and embarrassment. Patients often avoid open shoes, going barefoot, or beaches. Correction of this short toe often has a huge impact on the quality of life. Now let's talk about what causes it. Now, brachymetatarsia is a genetic condition that most commonly affects women than men. In a small number of cases, trauma can play a significant role in the development of this deformity. It's important to know that it's not a problem with birth defect, but a bone growth. A short toe can appear on 1 or both feet and sometimes can occur on the hands. When to seek treatment for a short toe? Now let's talk about it. And how do you know when it's the right time to seek treatment? First and foremost, if you're experiencing any level of pain, there is no reason why you should deal with it. Reach out to your doctor and get a consultation to know a little bit more about your surgery. Of course, pain isn't the only significant problem. Discomfort while weight bearing, walking, or doing any activities is also a sign to get help. You may also notice that the deformity is getting worse over time and that your regular shoes can no longer fit due to the toe elevation. In some cases, there may be none of these symptoms, but a short toe can still be a cosmetic problem. Now, can you treat it just because of the way it looks? And yes, you can. Medical advancements have gone so far that this procedure won't be so complicated. Minimally invasive foot surgeries for aesthetic reasons are very common nowadays. Now, who is a good candidate for toe lengthening surgery? Anyone who has a short toe and doesn't like it can be a good candidate. You just have to make the decision and see a specialist for this kind of procedure. You should know that having a short toe is not the only indication for having toe lengthening surgery. If you recently had hammer toe surgery and your toe was shortened more than usual, then you can also benefit from toe lengthening surgery. And how does toe lengthening help you? You might ask yourself, Is surgery the only way to fix this deformity? Maybe you're worried about undergoing this procedure and you'll prefer to avoid it. Is there any other way? Sadly, no. Surgeries are the way to go when it comes to most of the foot deformities. Non-surgical procedures do exist, but they do not do much in the long run. They barely even fix the symptoms, but they cannot fix the deformity itself. Things that can help are over-the-counter anti-inflammatory medications, splints, pads, or custom-made foot orthotics designed to support the foot. Your doctor might recommend some of the options mentioned above, but this is just a way to control the condition before surgery. So, at the end of the day, surgery is the best option. Good news is that toe lengthening is quick, straightforward, and doesn't have complications in most cases. It's safe to say that this surgery would help your quality of life. You will be able to walk effortlessly, participate in any sports, or wear any type of shoe you like. So is this worth a short discomfort for the recovery period? We'll say it is. How much does toe lengthening surgery cost exactly? Of course, the price will vary depending on a few factors, such as the complexity of the case. On average, the price of this procedure is $2,500. This can be more or less depending on each individual case. What is toe lengthening's recovery time? Even the simplest surgeries require a certain period of time of recovery. The period of time you may need depends on the 3 techniques listed above. Now, generally speaking, it takes 6 to 8 weeks to fully recover. During this period of time, you will need to stay off your feet. Now, to return back to physical activities, it will depend on the post-operative pain, swelling, and incision sensitivity. If you had a large defect that required an external fixator, there might be casting involved that will last for up to 3 months. When the 3 months are up, you will have to wear a special laced-up shoe for the next 6 weeks. There are some factors that may prolong your healing time, such as smoking, age, poor nutrition, and medical problems. It's important to know the sutures are removed 2 weeks after the surgery. We've mentioned that you won't feel any pain during the procedure is being done, but you might feel some after. Usually the pain isn't severe enough to cause patients some discomfort, but usually it changes from case to case. If you're experiencing any pain, do not worry, your doctor will prescribe pain medications for you. Are there some risks that may come with toe lengthening surgery? While there aren't any downsides to these procedures, it'll be a false claim if we say that there are no risks with these surgeries. Do keep in mind that every surgery poses some level of risk to the patient, even the minimally invasive ones. After all, it does require some trauma to the tissue, both soft and bone in this case. So it is to be expected that some complications may occur. However, during this procedure, many patients recover with no problem at all. And here are some of the issues that may occur as a result of the toe lengthening procedure. Infection of the surgical site, stiffness and weakness of the surgical toe, swelling, bleeding, blood clots, poor wound healing, delayed union, nerve damage, complications to surgical hardware, temporary or permanent pain, and need for additional surgery. However, these are rare for this surgery procedure and most patients recover fully with no problems. Deciding to undergo any surgery is a big step. That's why it's important to make sure that you have a good team of experts by your side that would help you achieve the best possible health. If you're getting ready to search up toe lengthening surgery near me, don't bother, since you've already found us to help you with your foot deformity. Luxe Foot Surgery Clinic is here for you, and we'll be delighted to have you as our patient. And now, let me show you where our facility is located. We are located at the heart of Miami Lakes at 7975 Northwest 154th Street. Once you go into the building, you go up to level 2, and then you're gonna see the beautiful lobby. Once you are at the lobby, you go into the hall to the left, and at the end of the hall, you're gonna see us at Suite 244. We welcome you here at Luxe Foot Surgery.